In the headlines, bandits adopt 10 secondary school students in Kaduna. Tension in Plateau as reinstated speaker resumes office amidst protests and heavy security. Many rendered homeless as fire guards residential building in Rivers. And on the international scene, former President Trump to appear in Manhattan court after historic indictment. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thank you for joining us, and now the news in full. We'll start with security. Bandits have adopted, about 10 students of government secondary school, Awon Ede Secondary School in Kachia local government area of Kaduna State on Monday. Kaduna Commissioner of Ministry of Internal Security and Home Affairs, Samuel Aruwan, confirmed this in a statement on Tuesday. The statement said the state government received a preliminary report from security agencies regarding kidnap of the students. Aruwan said the exact location of the incident is yet to be ascertained. The commissioner said detailed reports were being awaited to clarify whether the incident occurred within the school premises or elsewhere. A final year student of University of Benin, simply known as Desmond, was shot dead in his room at a Hall 3 hostel by unknown gunmen in what appeared like a cult-related incident. The late student, popularly known as Mayor, was said to be in the Department of Public Administration and was shot at about 9 p.m. on Monday. The incident caused panic among students. He was also said to be a care guide chief before he was killed. A student who pleaded anonymity said the deceased was shot in the face at point-blank range. The management and also of the school condemned the killing of a final year student of the school. Public Relations Officer of UNIBEN, Dr. Benedicta Ehanire, in a statement on Tuesday, disclosed that the management was working closely with the police and internal security to apprehend the killer. While commiserating with the family and colleagues of the late students, the management enjoined other students, to be calm. In politics, members of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in Rivers State continued their protest in Port Harcourt, the state capital, on Tuesday at the office of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, over the inspection of materials used in the last general elections. Tuesday's protest is joined by more state assembly members, including its leaders, Martins Amewule, alongside the deputy speaker, who is Edison Ehie, and chairman of Ikwere local government area, Samuel Wanosiki. In addition to the demands for joint inspection of electoral demands and issuance of certified true copies of result sheets, the PDP is demanding the arrest of the All Progressive Congress APC governorship candidate Tonye Cole for alleged murder. They are accusing Cole of leading thugs to attack them during the protest on Monday, leading to the death of one person. They said the party has submitted a petition to the Commissioner of Police seeking the arrest and prosecution of Cole. They also presented an acknowledged copy of the PDP's petition dated March 24th, 2023, in which the party was demanding from INEC the certified true copies of electoral materials. They said the protest will be sustained to avoid a 2016 situation where evidence from the police was reportedly used to upturn the electoral victories of the PDP in the state at the appeal court, and a similar situation in Imo State where Governor Hope Uzodinma was reportedly declared the winner of the governorship election on the evidence of the police. The Independent National Electoral Commission INEC in Rivers State on Tuesday requested the cooperation of all political parties seeking the inspection of election materials used in the February 25th and March 18th, 2023 polls, saying it will discharge its constitutional and lawful duties without preference or bias. INEC Resident Electoral Commission REC in the state, Johnson Sini Kim, in a statement said about 50 applicants were received for inspection of election materials. For days now, members of the People's Democratic Party and the All Progressive Congress, APC, have clashed at the INEC office in the state over the inspection of election materials. However, the INEC commissioner in the state said although the application of certified true copies of documents and access for inspection of election materials are the legitimate entitlement of candidates and parties to election petitions, these are, however, governed by processes and procedures which include payment of requisite fees, making copies, photocopies of relevant documents and certificates by the authorized officials of the commission. An atmosphere of confusion and uncertainty, enveloped the Plateau State House of Assembly complex on Tuesday morning as reinstated Speaker of the Assembly, Abok Ayub, appeared. A high court in the state on Monday voided his impeachment. Anti-riot policemen were deployed to the Assembly complex along Old Bukuru bypass to prevent possible violent protests. At about 8 a.m., the reinstated Speaker, Right Honorable Abok Ayuba, appeared at the Assembly complex and headed straight to his office to resume. But the Speaker met his office under lock and key. Initially denied access to his office, Ayuba was given keys to his office. While the drama lasted, a team of youths, loyal to the Speaker were at the gate of the Assembly threatening to deal with anyone that will prevent the Speaker from resuming his office. Another group of youths loyal to the current Speaker, Yakubu Sanda, were also seen mobilizing to invade the Assembly complex and chase out the reinstated Speaker. Moving on, of course, to more stories. The Zamfara State Governor, Bello Muhammad, has urged the residents of the state to obey law and order, saying he is still the governor of the state. He made the call after a closed-door meeting with his commissioners in Gusau, the state capital. Governor Muhammad said the 2023 general elections has come and gone and wanted the people of the state to know that he may not have won the election yet. He is still the governor till May 29th. Therefore, residents should be careful and avoid violating the law. He assured his supporters that he will bounce back by the grace of God and there is no cause to worry. Governor Muhammad, however, did not disclose the details of the meeting, but it may not be unconnected to preparation for the handing over of power of the, to the incoming government in the states.
I have said it earlier that the election has come and gone. People have to be very careful and they should know that still I'm a governor till the 29th of May. So people have to abide with the law and the regulations of the state. And I assure the people of Zamfara State that we are bouncing back, inshallah.
The ruling All Progressive Congress, APC, in Kebbi State is facing stiff competition from the opposition, People's Democratic Party, PDP, for the April 15th supplementary elections in the state. The Independent National Electoral Commission has set 15th of April to conclude governorship, national and state House of Assembly elections in Kebbi State. Ishaq Mohammed speaks to the parties on their readiness for the election. Take a look.
The Independent National Electoral Commission in Kebbi State had declared election inconclusive. Various forms of irregularities characterized the election in 20 out of 21 local government areas. These includes overvoting, violence, declarations of results under duress, and inconclusive elections, amongst others. The dice has now been cast to correct the anomalies on April 15th. And the question is, are the political actors ready?
Yes, as you are aware, and we all know, Kebbi State is APC State. It's APC State undefeated. And all that areas that is going for the wrong election is 100%, or I can say 99% of the electorate in that area are APC members. And we know they are ready to vote APC on 15th of April to bring APC gubernatorial candidate, that is Dr. Nasir Idris Aurangwandu.
Politics is a game of number. PDP is the leading party. PDP has the majority of supporters in Kebbi State. Apart from that, there are other political parties, which we call other parties. They are interested in coming along with us, and we have already marched with them, and we are working assiduously with them. And inshallah, with the help of Allah and the contact we are making.
INEC Resident Electoral Commissioner in the state, Ahmed Mahmoud, says adequate provisions have been made for logistics and security to ensure a credible election is achieved.
We will have to have an update of the parameters, the delineations, the constituencies that had been cancelled, which will be programmed for the supplementary elections. The head office factor them into the new permutations in the sense that they will be downloaded into our beavers so that our beavers will capture them properly for election day activities.
A political and public affairs analyst, Ibrahim G. Kandede, agrees that Kebbi State is politically volatile and the inconclusive election could change the political fortune of the state.
Likely there will be, but notwithstanding, the fact is that the gap between the two major political parties is what is making some of our participants to be somehow weak to come out. But to be frank, whether there is or not, it is the first thing in the experience, and the surprise we are expecting is good.
The stage is set for the election in Kebbi State. Only time will tell who picks the crown.
Some stakeholders in the electoral process in Zamfara State are asking the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to stop the declaration of election results in the night to prevent wild celebrations that could trigger violence and destruction of public properties by hoodlums. They say that the post-election violence that ensued in Zamfara State would have been contained if the announcement of the winner of the governorship election was not done at night. The stakeholders made the call while speaking in an exclusive interview with Trust Television's news in Gusau, the state capital, over the violence that led to looting of assets and destruction of properties which followed the declaration of governorship election results. The report.
The magnitude of the destruction and looting of public and private properties, as well as political parties' campaign offices by hoodlums in Zamfara State shortly after the declaration of the governorship election results, which People's Democratic Party PDP candidate Dauda Lawal defeated the incumbent governor Bello Mohammed of the All Progressive Congress, has continued to generate reactions among wealthy individuals. Some of them are of the opinion that the situation will have been avoided if the security agencies were proactive enough to contain it, especially since there was already tension around the collation center, which gave early warning that required early response.
The vandalism that happened just after the declaration of the winner of the election, I think has so many things, in my opinion, bordering from the issue of security and also the nature of how the results are being declared. You know that there is already an atmosphere of political tension, and when things are declared during the night, I mean on the part of INEC, something declared around 3 or 4 o'clock, there has to be celebrations. And the aftermath of that celebration in the night will result to this type of things.
It is very, very unfortunate we found ourselves in this situation, because the law is there and we all know the consequences of whoever found him or herself in that situation. Now, if the election, the winner has been declared, celebrating a winner victory has nothing to do with looting of properties. But what we continue to look over it here, who are those people that engage themselves in attacking people's home, in attacking various offices of government, in attacking some of the political party office to loot these properties? To me, they are criminals, and the security agencies were calling on them already. They have even started arresting some of them, and we will continue to encourage the security personnel to make sure all those people that were found to be part of this looting be arrested and be prosecuted.
They want security agencies to prepare and be more alert to prevent a reoccurrence of the incident that led to the destruction of roofing sheet, tiles, door, windows, ceiling, vehicles and looting of valuable assets of federal and state governments. Assets worth over 1 billion naira were carted away at the National Technology Incubation Center, Gusau, which is an agency of the federal government. The stakeholders are of the view that if nothing is done urgently to forestall a future occurrence of this dastardly act, it will portend grave danger for Zamfara State in particular and the country at large in future election.
Many residents of a commercial building located at Akuzu Street, Diobu axis of Port Harcourt, have been rendered homeless by early morning inferno that gutted the entire building. Eyewitness account had it that the fire incident was caused by a resident who left her cooking stove on in her room and went out early in the morning. About 20 rooms, 6 shops and properties worth millions located in the building were razed. A resident of the area said that an occupant of a room left her cooking stove on and went out in the morning. The witness said the stove exploded and ignited fire which gutted the entire building. Many of the residents were seen trying to remove few of their properties salvaged from the inferno. You're watching News Update on Trust TV. Coming up, we take a look at best meal options during this Ramadan fast. Details on this and more after the break. Stay with us.
Now, as part of efforts to support Africa's goal of strengthening...
Now, looking at the activity chart, as you can see right here, a total volume of 130...
a Boko Haram crisis that at that time was restricted to Yobe.
How secure are they? You can see security men with blood.
This is the road leading up to the...
Really, if you look at England squad, you are looking at EPL, you are looking at their names. You are not looking at...
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Trust TV News Update. And here is a recap of our top stories. We brought you bandits abduct 10 secondary school students in Kaduna State. And tension in Plateau as reinstated speaker resumes office amidst protest, heavy security. Now moving on to more stories, the Oni of Ife, Oba Enitan Adeyeye Ogunwusi has said that traditional rulers need to be assigned constitutional roles in the security and governance architecture of the country, failure of which the country won't effectively tackle emerging and contemporary security challenges confronting the country. The Oni made this call at the 2023 Exercise Haskihiu Lecture Series organized by the Armed Forces Command and Staff College, Jaji, Kaduna State. Delivering a lecture with the theme Combating Internal Security Challenges Through Effective Utilization of Traditional Institutions, the guest speaker, the Oni, stressed that the failure of the security agencies and the government to assign specific constitutional roles to traditional rulers was largely responsible for the lingering insecurity in the country. He noted that the traditional institution has a vital role to play in the fight against insurgency, banditry, and other related crimes in the society due to their closeness to the people, and therefore expresses the need to enshrine roles of traditional rulers in the Constitution. The Royal Father also bared his mind on how government can work closely with the traditional institution to tackle insecurity, a position that the Commandant of the Armed Forces Command and Staff College, to which Air Vice Marshal Emmanuel Wuno agreed. Present at the event were senior military officers drawn from various units and formations across the country for the lecture. As the Ramadan fast continues, Muslim faithful have stressed the importance of taking the most appropriate meals during this period. Some residents who spoke to Trust TV's Kabir Lawal said it was important to ensure that meals are aligned with the body's requirements for breaking the fast. The report.
During the holy month, when all faithful abstain from drinking and eating, food combinations that sit well with the body after long hours of fast are required to ensure that the body remains nourished and active. In the FCT, residents told Trust TV their preferred meals during the holy month of Ramadan, adding that eating fruits before meal is important.
The essence of eating fruits, it has many benefits. First, for me, it aids digestion. It gives immunity. It helps boost immunity in your system.
I think it's very essential to the body even without Ramadan. So especially during Ramadan, you're going throughout the day without food or a couple hours without food. So it's important to replenish your body with fruits because they carry a lot of, nutrients, and the whole essential of fruits is water. So it's really important for our diets, especially during Ramadan. Dates as well. Aside it being the Sunnah and the Prophet ﷺ, it's also really important as it carries a lot of nutrients that are essential for the body, and it helps with it has a lot of benefits as well.
While some said they eat more during Sahur, some respondents said they prefer taking swallow during Iftar.
Sahur, I like mostly carbohydrates. I like something heavy, like swallow, to sustain, because we have to come out and we have to look for money, we have to hustle, yeah?
I prefer eating more rice and pap, and even tuwo, which go a long way. I prefer taking tea at Sahur, and the reason why I do that is that it will not make me to be heavy and makes me free. Fruit sellers said the fruits are a bit expensive but still affordable for people as a result of the Ramadan period. The fruits are somehow expensive because of the cost of transportation. Most of the fruits are imported, making it difficult for some to purchase. Kabir Lawal, Trust TV News, Abuja.
In health, the World Health Organization revealed in a report on Tuesday that 1 in 6 people worldwide is affected by infertility, and there is inadequate access to affordable care for this issue. Infertility, which affects men and women, is a reproductive condition defined by the failure to achieve a pregnancy after 12 months or more of regular unprotected sexual intercourse. According to the report signed by the Director General of WHO, Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, is analyzed, all relevant studies on infertility from 1990 to 2021, with the results revealing 17.5% of the adult population experience infertility in their lifetime. It is also revealed that despite the relevance or the prevalence of infertility, diagnosis and treatment such as the in vitro fertilization, IVF, remain underfunded, with many having no choice but to cover the cost out of pocket, often with devastating consequences. WHO also pointed out a persistent lack of data related to infertility in many countries. To combat this, it's called for better national infertility statistics, statistical data which can be disaggregated by age and by cause in order to target intervention and support prevention. From the international scene, Donald Trump will officially become the first former president to face criminal charges on Tuesday when arraigned in a New York courtroom, an appearance that is expected to be quick and routine, but represents a surreal and historic moment in U.S. history. Trump is set to arrive at the courthouse in downtown Manhattan on Tuesday afternoon, where his arrest will be processed by the district attorney's office, and he will be brought to the courtroom to hear the charges against him. News outlets will not be able to broadcast the arraignment live, a judge said on Monday night, rejecting the request from several media organizations, including CNN. 5 still photographers, however, will be allowed to take pictures of Trump and the courtroom before the hearing begins. The indictment returned last week by a grand jury against Trump is also expected to be unsealed on Tuesday, providing the public and Trump's legal team with the first details about the specific charges he will face. The investigation stemmed from a hush money payment made to adult film actress Stormy Daniels during the 2016 presidential campaign. Trump is not expected to speak while in New York, but he is slated to fly back to Florida following his court appearance, and he will hold an event at Mar-a-Lago on Tuesday evening that gives the 2024 Republican presidential hopeful a chance to respond to charges. While Trump's comments will signal how he intends to fight the charges against him in the political arena, the former president is also preparing for the courts, the fight in court. He added a new attorney, Todd Blanche, to serve as lead counsel on his defense team on Monday. And lastly, in sports, Tuesday's Premier League matches will briefly be paused for Muslim prayers who have been fasting during Ramadan. If clubs have requested a stoppage before the game, the referee will signal for a break, allowing Muslim players to eat and drink at pitchside. Everton's game against Tottenham was stopped in the 26th minute to allow players that had been fasting during the day to take on energy supplements. 3 Muslim players were in action for Sean Digg side at Goodison Park. Although sunset was before kick-off, allowing players to break their fast, a drinks break was pre-agreed with the referee when both teams, including Toffee's trio Abdullahi Dokare, Amadou Onana and Idrissa Gueye, came to the side of the pitch to take on flutes. Play does not stop while matches are in mid-flow, but at the earliest convenient moment during a goal kick, free kick or throw-in, teams and match officials will discuss beforehand whether a pause is required and an approximate time for the stoppage will be agreed. And with that, we've come to the end of Trust TV News Updates. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thanks for watching.